Conchespina, and an excellent atmosphere inside the Bernabeu. And this is the scene inside the tunnel, and you can see Marcelo, Casemiro, Ronaldo there in conversation. There's Sergio Ramos. How long do you think, Guillaume, till we see Bale or Isco in this game?
To be honest, I think the game plan has worked well for Real Madrid, even though they possibly score one goal, of course, but they have created the chances, they have stopped Messi. There is enough there to suggest that at least that he's going to keep them an hour, and after that is whatever happens. If they haven't scored, of course they've got so many possibilities. Isco, Bale, Asensio, you could say that those three can come in and change the game completely. More with 11 players, it's 14 that you
But it's been one of the failings, if you like, in Madrid this season, simply that the haven't contributed as well as they did last season when we had Morata, James, Lucas Vázquez, etc. What about Barcelona? We're not expecting Andrés Iniesta necessarily to last the full 90 minutes, but if he goes off, who would you replace him with?
Well, André Gomes, Denis Suarez, that played recently. But for me, the way Barcelona are right now is you still didn't concede a goal. Like I said before, you're away from home. Yes, Real Madrid had some opportunities, but you're still well in the game and well ahead in the league.
OK, well, referees there in conversation with Luka Modric. Let's hand you back to your commentary team, Terry Gibson and Rob Palmer.
Well, two teams who have had on the side of caution in the first half. Real Madrid just edging the possession. Lionel Messi hasn't been unleashed yet. The referee stargazing. All 22 are out. No changes have been made. The gaze of the footballing world is once more upon the Bernabeu. Nothing to choose between these two teams. Barcelona only lost 2 games this season. They were against Real Madrid. They haven't lost in the last 24 games since the Spanish Super Cup. Real Madrid a grand distance behind Barca in the standings, but they do have a game in hand to be played in February. Sergio Roberto to the sunny side of the field, to Paulinho, had that outstanding chance in the first half. Benzema, Carvajal. If you're just joining us, Real Madrid were pretty much as we expected. The one surprise was in midfield, where Kovacic started. Gareth Bale, Asensio and Isco are on the bench. Barcelona's side pretty much selects itself. The weakest positions for Marlon having to play alongside Gerard Piqué. As Cristiano Ronaldo whips it in. There's the trademark tantrum.
Well, we've seen him numerous times, hundreds of times over the years, cut inside and use his right foot from the left flank. On many occasions this season, there have been better options to keep the attack going, to play a little give and go around the edge of the box. He's climbing the corner there.
He felt it had grazed the back of Sergio Roberto's socks. Casemiro. Marginal decision.
Two midfield players tussling for possession. Rakitic does no more than just run alongside Casemiro. You see the attempt from the angle from Ronaldo. Field for the corner.
Needs must goalkeeping there from Keylor Navas. It's an untidy clearance as well, puts his team under pressure. Busquets. Suarez. Iniesta. Suarez fakes to go inside. Navas has been lively. Less to face than his opposite number, but one top-class save to keep out Paulinho in the midst of the first half. Barcelona do have their problems at the moment. Dembele's not back fully fit yet. Rafinha is rejoining the team. He was say, Terry, during the half-time break, there's very little for Barcelona to dip into. This is Paulinho, supported by Sergio Roberto. The hot ticket, 80,264. Means that a few hundred didn't turn up. Watched by 500 million around the world. 180 different countries, all tuning in. Busquets. Iniesta. Alba. The pendulum of possession is swung the way of Barcelona in the second half. Robert.
Opened up nicely there initially for Rakitic and knocked the ball wide. Real Madrid were able to close it out, but this type of play certainly does suit Barcelona more. It's up to Real Madrid to get out, to try and confront them, to try and win the ball back as quick as they did in the first half.
There was a little difference to the pace of the game, which was played here last April. That fiery 3-2 game. Ronaldo blocked by Piqué. Busquets. Paulinho.
And you can see this clearly, as it's so soon after the half-time break, it's the instruction from the coach to take the heat out of the game. It certainly controls the tempo of the game, doesn't it, from Barcelona's perspective.
Busquets to Paulinho. Benzema comes back and chases. Well, struggling to get possession. Lazy layout from Suarez. Carvajal.
The possession game for Barcelona looks fluid amongst the usual suspects. When it goes into Paulinho, he's tempted now and then to do a back heel and flick round the corner and does give away possession. Right to Busquets, Sergio Roberto, Andres Iniesta have played this way their whole life. Quite happy to go sideways, to go backwards. Know the importance of keeping the ball.
The ball sideshows there that the referee ignores. Casemiro digs in. Benzema. The referee doing his bit to try to keep things flowing as it's become decidedly scrappy.
That's what Real Madrid had to do, go and confront. That can't allow Barcelona easy possession. Have to get amongst them. Iniesta, tussling, Casemiro and Busquets. Talked about the congested area of the pitch with all those central midfield players playing in the game. Back pass from Toni Kroos, but has to have to deal with. He does well because you see Messi creeping into the picture there, looking for a loose touch from the goalkeeper.
He's very much the modern goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. If you see his workout routine, it's like heading to Cirque du Soleil with his acrobatics. Piqué. Paulinho. Stepping through a minefield of tackles. Oh, Kroos trying to free Cristiano Ronaldo. Now Messi.
Again, you see the Barcelona usual players just keeping it nice and easy. Two-touch football, keeping the ball moving. Paulinho again, giving the ball away.
Messi broke the hearts of the Real Madrid supporters with that last-minute goal last season. It's a lovely ball. Alba, full steam ahead. Cuts it back. Suarez. To the rescue again is Navas.
Clearly a different style of play from Barcelona in the second half. And is this a tentative finish from Luis Suarez? Certainly not tentative attacking play from Jordi Alba. Breaks down the left, cut back. It wasn't Messi on that occasion. It was Suarez with a side foot finish. And a save from Keylor Navas.
Marcelo. Casemiro. There's off to Benzema. Carvajal. Modric. Kroos. Easy for Sergio Roberto to defend. Iniesta. Busquets.
Thought he was going to panic then.
Not Busquets, it's Rakitic. Drives on. Roberto to his right. Suarez to his left. Comes across to Suarez! First blood, Barcelona! Patience pays off.
Well, it's a classic Barcelona goal. Starts from the back with Busquets under severe pressure. True to their style of play, he doesn't panic. I joked about it, but you can see the importance of how Barcelona play, what they want to do. Come out with the second half in a completely different frame of mind. Possession is the be-all and end-all. You can see the lack of discipline from Real Madrid. Casemiro is caught upfield. Huge space in the centre midfield. I talked earlier about the importance of Kovacic taking up that responsibility. And Casemiro pushes forward. Rakitic was able to move freely into the attacking area of the pitch, into the danger area, and it really opens up. See, Kovacic allows Rakitic to run right through the middle. The ball out wide to Sergio Roberto. You think Sergio Roberto's got a shooting opportunity. Unselfish play, clever play from Sergio Roberto, and an emphatic finish from Luis Suarez.
Oh, unlucky for Navas, went right under his glove.
That's the pace of the finish, isn't it, that beats the Real Madrid goalkeeper from pretty close range. Crisp finish from Luis Suarez. It's been crisp play from Barcelona. Start the second half.
Suarez is flying now. A smiling assassin.
Took him so long, didn't it? Now into double figures, and he's really motoring again now.
10 goals for the season. He went through a very long spell without scoring. Zidane is going to have to take action. Have to introduce some creative minds. Give Bale or Isco or Asensio a chance to express themselves. No longer can they sit back. Kroos. Marcelo. Ter Stegen leaves it. Important header from Alba. Suarez and Casemiro. And he leaves the studs in there as well. That is the complete Suarez package, isn't it?
They've both been aggressive. Suarez has given as good as he gets, as he always does. I'm not so sure there's a need for Suarez to roll around in agony. Shoulder to shoulder. Suarez wins that tussle. He doesn't do anything wrong there. There's a little bit of afters. I think he tries, doesn't he, Casemiro? It's self-preservation in the heat at the moment. Swings his leg round. Not so sure he catches Suarez, though.
Let's spice things up a little bit.
Yep, the festive greetings have started in the second half, that's for sure.
Marcelo. Nice take from Benzema, but a blind pass. Easy for Busquets to cut out. Rakitic. Ramos. Stay-at-home defenders. Ramos has left his post. Busquets with a fine tackle. Paulinho. Now Lionel Messi. Suarez alongside him. Suarez, cheekily, or did he cheekily try to go for the near post? I think it was actually the turf which decided where he was going to go. It was a slip.
Yep, you see that clearly with the divot that's left after Suarez. The game is opening up. Real Madrid are going to have to be careful. Varane plays Suarez onside. Initially Suarez is looking to square it again, but sees the gap at the near post, but just slipped. So he's finishing attempt off.
Marcelo. Kovacic to Modric. That goal has affected the harmony of Real Madrid. It was keeping them guessing.
It's not that trio, though, is it?
It's a world-class trio that he has on the bench.
Isco, Bale. Let's give you half a chance to get back in the game.
If you're a really brave man, would you throw on all three?
complete change in system, wouldn't it?
Modric to Carvajal. Stopped by his fellow Spain international fullback, Jordi Alba. Modric. Suarez is down again. Ramos is best advised to get out of there. Traditional booking in the Classico for Sergio Ramos.
He's looking to protect the ball. Across,
that was a slap across the face, wasn't it? He just can't help himself sometimes.
Two or three challenges in the first half as well. I think that's as much of a touching up procedure as well.
Well, he has quite a rap sheet in Classicos. Sergio Ramos, 5 red cards against Barcelona.
Well, he has to keep his head pure and simple. The team we're up against it at the moment, trying to get themselves back in the title race. 1 goal down at home. It's quite obvious there, isn't it? I know we got slow motion and the perfect angle on the replay.
It was an old-fashioned clip of the year, wasn't it?
Again, I'm not so sure Suarez is particularly badly injured, but coming off the game, slowing the game down, getting an opponent in trouble.
We can see the top knot. Will it be top notch?
It is all 3. Is it all 3? Or just the 2 so far? Something more than just the 1 substitute from Madrid.
Messi. Messi squirms away. He looks pleadingly at the referee, who gives him the free kick.
Tries on the outside of his ankle, and Solo gets him with the other leg. Space there. I talked earlier about the trust in leaving Kovacic in the holding midfield position. Casemiro shouldn't leave that role at all. That should be purely, totally his responsibility. If we share that responsibility and a player doesn't concentrate, such as Kovacic there, it's far too easy for Rakitic to make ground, get into the final third of the pitch. It's so comfortable for Barcelona that goal from a Madrid perspective.
The significance is if Barcelona win today, Real Madrid will be behind them in the standings by 14 points. Atletico are second, of course, but they blew it on that Friday night. Suarez is gifted a chance here. Messi's inside. It's a dreadful clearance to Paulinho. And they're offering no protection at the moment at all to Keylor Navas.
I believe it was Kovacic as well, chasing back with a back heel. A player that hasn't played much, and it appears to be the pace tough to deal with in a Classico in one of these few games. To return from injury.
Well, he's down, I think. He's going to be taken out of the firing line at the next opportunity by Zinedine Zidane. PK strides out venturously out of defence and continues the run. Messi picks out Suarez. Suarez, chance to kill the game. Oh, Navas again keeps it alive. Danger hasn't gone away. It's Lionel Messi to Suarez. Barcelona hit the post again. Paulinho. It's circus football, but the referee is spoiling the fun. Red card. Carvajal dismissed.
This is going to significantly change the plans of Zinedine Zidane. Looking to bring the subs on us, and we see a handball in here. No complaints from Carvajal. Sure that Barcelona didn't finish this attack off quicker and sooner. Suarez with the first attempt. Messi tried to set Suarez up again. There's no handball there, and it's a really good save from Carvajal, isn't it? No wonder there's no complaints. He leaps up.
Well, it's needs much, but I just wonder whether the referee needed to give the penalty. If he just held his whistle for a second, the goal would have been given. All adds to the drama. Real Madrid down the man again in a Classico. Lionel Messi on the spot. The eyes of the world on Lionel Messi, who doesn't fail. Messi does it again. The record scorer in all of the Classicos puts Barcelona some distance ahead of the pack in La Liga.
He missed one last week against Deportivo La Coruña, and this week he certainly didn't look nervous, did he? Didn't mess about, puts his foot through the ball in towards the top corner. Real Madrid down to 10 men. We know their spirit, we know they won't give up. This is an uphill task now for Zidane's team. Is he going to still make the necessary changes? Should he have done it quicker? 1-0, 11 against 11, there was still a chance. Delayed the substitutions. Carvajal with a handball. Messi with a penalty. Puts Barcelona firmly in control. Not only today, but perhaps the rest of the season.
He loves the pose, doesn't he, Lionel Messi? And he is going to be the headline maker tomorrow. Well, surely Zidane has to gamble. He's going to bring on Nacho, an extra defender, to make up for the loss of the defender of Carvajal. But he has to consider his gamble here. He's got nothing to lose, Terry, has he?
You look at the players that he's got out there. He's taken off Benzema, I think, and Nacho coming on, which sends out a signal that supporters don't agree with. You could put Casemiro back into the back four if you wanted to just shore things up at the back.
Well, it's very rare that the Real Madrid supporters question the wisdom of Zinedine Zidane. 8 majors as a manager. They hold 5 titles at the moment. But quizzical looks around the Bernabeu when he takes off a centre forward and brings on a defender with his team 2 goals down and a man down.
You could go to a back 3, couldn't you? You could do something to try and shape it up, to try and give your team the chance. Gareth Bale's still in his kit, prepared, ready for action.
Here is Kovacic to Cristiano Ronaldo. Kovacic again as PK sticks out a boot. The fans claiming it was a hand. Now Paulinho.
Don't write Real Madrid off just yet. We haven't seen the spirit on that many occasions this season. It is recent. Last season, so important in their title victory. Coming back from goals behind, late goals, late winners, never giving up.
Well, 3/4 of the game gone, and he is going for it, Zidane. He's going to utilise all of his allocation of substitutes. Bale and Asensio will enter the ring. I think it's with Bale. I mean, he started off his career as a fullback. He could almost play in that hybrid position.
We talked about Real Madrid. What Barcelona have to do now is what they've done right at the start of the second half. Possession-based game, more patient. The fact that Real Madrid was slow to get out, close them down, encouraged Barcelona that it was the right method. It's paid off with 2 goals. Against 10 men, it should be slightly easier. Of course, with a 2-goal advantage, they don't have to go chasing any more goals. The attacks will open up, make the pitch as big as they possibly can. They're certainly going to be up against a little bit more speed now, aren't they? With Gareth Bale and Asensio coming on.
They beat Barcelona with 10 men earlier in the season, didn't they? The Spanish Super Cup when Ronaldo was dismissed. 3/4 of the game gone. Suarez and Messi, familiar names on the Classico score sheet. Jordi Alba. Messi, Rakitic, PK. Pass Barcelona utilising the extra little bit of space afforded by Carvajal's dismissal.
Just want to say, classic thing there, isn't it? 2 goals up, home against Real Madrid, couldn't resist the temptation there to run forward with the ball. Rakitic was the player, and Busquets, they both filled in quickly.
Jordi Alba, get on your feet, says the referee. As he collides with Nacho. Marcelo's caught in possession. Messi. Paulinho. And lucky that Keylor Navas is on top form.
Yeah, it was a heavy last touch, wasn't it, from Paulinho? Just got away from him, gave the goalkeeper a chance of getting there first.
Kovacic gives it away midfield again to Andres Iniesta. It'll be interesting at the end of the game to roll back that second goal and see where it actually stemmed from. There's Lionel Messi. Kovacic half stops him. Messi is fully stopped by Keylor Navas. They smell blood, Barcelona.
Yeah, I cannot understand how long it's taken Real Madrid to make these changes. Kovacic has been struggling for about 10 minutes in the midfield position. Suffering with fatigue, not being able to get around the pitch. They're down to 10 men.
Busquets happy to slow it down to a walking pace. Suarez, Messi. Jordi Alba. He down, said in the build-up to the game he didn't believe that the league was over if they lost today, but it is going to be a massive gap if they can't pull it back. 11 points at kick-off, 14 points if it remains like there's the distance between these two clubs. Valencia and Atletico sandwiched between them.
Simply Barcelona not allowing Real Madrid to make those changes, are they? But keeping possession for about 10 minutes now.
Ronaldo to Marcelo, who breaks the ranks. Marcelo to Cristiano Ronaldo. How they need the World Player of the Year to do something special. Fires it in. Iniesta digs in. Modric. Barcelona captain takes on responsibility. Jordi Alba. Fine football from the back from Barcelona. Now Paulinho, the link man. Suarez. Time for change. This is how they came alive.
They've done that really well in the second half. We've seen more of Lionel Messi because his team have had more possession. Navas.
The double change is made. Not before time, as far as the Real Madrid supporters are concerned. Asensio and Bailon. Casemiro and Kovacic replaced in midfield. Modric.
Isco as well, isn't it? Started for the weekend. We assumed it would be him or Bell. We've seen Messi get a second goal there from the penalty spot.
Well, Isco has played more games than anybody else for Real Madrid this season. His form over the last year has been outstanding. But Isco remains a spectator as they've made all of the changes. Sergio Roberto. Paulinho tries to free himself at the far post. Modric to Marcelo. Nacho. finds his way inside. Marcelo. Asensio comes off the rear of Sergio Roberto. Lionel Messi. Roberto. Only Suarez ahead of him, so he has to go sideways. This remains the pace of the game. I think Iniesta would see the full 90 minutes out, won't he?
And it's important, Robbie, in terms of what Barcelona are trying to do, trying to defend a 2-goal lead against 10 men, keep things ticking over. He uses his experience and his quality to make sure his teammates continue to do exactly what they've done throughout this second half. Bringing on Denis Suarez to replace him. We know that Denis Suarez is going to be enthusiastic. He's going to get on the ball. He's going to dribble with the ball and maybe at times give the ball away.
To the final quarter of an hour here at the Bernabeu. Busy weekend of football here on Sky Sports. Don't forget, later this evening it's Leicester City against Manchester United. Build-up starts at 7 o'clock on the Sky Sports Premier League channel. Kroos to Marcelo. Busquets. Barcelona playing a dangerous game back there. He's doing everything he can, isn't he, to keep his arms out of the way. He's got them behind his back, turns his back on the cross. Since it clearly wasn't on the hand. Elbow, yes. Speed from Varane, but there's a nudge in the back from Messi, in the opinion of the referee's assistant.
Merest of touches, isn't there, on Varane after he played the ball. Just as he's playing the ball from Messi, just touches him at the back.
Time to change for Barcelona as well. They're going to bring on Semedo, and maybe not unsurprisingly, it's Andres Iniesta who is replaced. As he has been in all but one game that he started this season. Homage from the travelling Barcelona supporters. And they take off a midfield man, bring on a fullback in Semedo. One would imagine that Sergio Roberto will take on a position, if not the role, of Iniesta in midfield as part of the rejig. Barcelona about to make history. First time ever they've won 3 successive games in La Liga at the Bernabeu. Unless there is a dramatic turnaround from Zidane's team. Ramos.
Still of the opinion, Rob, that there's still something left in this game for Real Madrid that we've seen it too often in the past, particularly under Zidane.
This plays header from the substitute Semedo. Asensio's in. Oh, some tackle. Vermaelen earns his stripes.
It's been super today, isn't it? High fives all around, but they're going to switch on again.
Marcelo. Ronaldo. As the clock ticks down, Real Madrid are beginning to come alive here. Here is the resistance. It's Modric. Gareth Bale! Oh, Bale was almost back in a blaze of glory. That would have been some introduction. Benzema. Lionel Messi has space. Fine stop from Nacho. Now it's taken on Classico proportions.
Yeah, this is more like the traditional Real Madrid, isn't it? More attacking players, more pace in the team. Just Kroos and Modric, no holding midfielder. In the centre of the midfield area now for Real Madrid. So no pushing on.
Bale. Marcelo. once Piqué doesn't make it. Ronaldo's in a heap on the floor. Suarez, great tackle by Modric. Varane. Bale, you know, he'd like to get it onto that left foot and put in a sweeping shot, which he does. Oh, ter Stegen. A bit of loose goalkeeping there. But the German is winning the battle with a Welshman.
Clearly still work for someone to do to make sure they get all 3 points. So I didn't really believe that the attempt from Gareth Bale just might spill it. So he reacted. It was easy for the goalkeeper to get the spillage.
Semedo. Roberto to Semedo, continues the run. Semedo! Flashes it across the face of goal. Deflected off the keeper, I think it was.
Again, another good save from Keylor Navas. This is going to be the 2 players playing on the right side of the pitch, getting involved, bringing Messi into the play. Good run off the ball. Modric here, in towards the box. Found his right foot just slightly behind him, but he should do better. Should get more power on the finish. Long-range attempt, and clearly he's finding this moment there, ter Stegen, which has been a really good season for him, but
hung in the air. Ronaldo clears. Alba. Busquets. Sergio Roberto. The final 10 minutes. Zidane's never the most expressive of coaches, but he's down there barking at his players, trying to bring them to life. Rakitic. Roberto. That's where the extra space is. Picked up by Alba. Messi. Modric. Gareth Bale. Steps on the gas. Stopped by Busquets once. Luka Modric. Sergio Ramos. Asensio. Ramos has gone into the centre forwards position. Asensio's cross. Corner. Ramos will stay out there. Varane will join him. They've got to throw in all of the heavyweights. Taken quickly by Marcelo. Great ball in. Space for Kroos. Referee says no penalty. Ramos follows up. Ter Stegen with a very brave and brilliant block. Now he complains.
That's really good play from Sergio Ramos. Really sharp play. Someone getting shot away, quick to react. Trying to build some pressure. Marcelo's got to be careful. Got booked. Hands all over the referee.
They're too strong in his protest, the Brazilian. He's going to keep his head. Kroos aims for the near post, flashes across. Piqué with an important header. Asensio to Modric. Ronaldo. Oh, a footstep away from Sergio Ramos. He may have been offside, but he wasn't to know that as he did the splits.
But they haven't given up, have they? They're still with one man down. They've had 2 or 3 chances since Danny Carvajal was sent off. Modric feeds Ronaldo. Ramos is offside. Ronaldo slides it across goal. It is just out of reach. See Toni Kroos with the appeal again against Rakitic. His hands up in an unusual position. One's across his chest, one is firmly down by his side. It's another penalty for me. Ter Stegen makes the save with his face there. From Sergio Ramos at the near post. It comes off his shoulder.
Barcelona make the change. Paulinho giving the high fives to the whole of the bench. And Gomez is his replacement. Andre Gomez will have the instructions to keep things tight and organised for the remaining 6.5 minutes.